Alrighty, good morning gang, we are back, and today we are going to go spreading urea because we've got some rain forecast this week. It's a little bit iffy. There's just dribs and drabs, 1 to 3, 0 to 1, 1 to 4, 2 to 4, sort of forecasts like that, so millimeters that is. So we're just going to go, we got to get the stuff out. So today's the day. We're going to try and get about, I think it's about 300 hectares done. We have no idea how long it's going to take us with that old spreader, because we've only had it for a year, so we've never really put in a big day like that and sort of tried to get stuck into it. So that's the plan today. I'll probably just run some grease into those spinners because it says in the book to grease them every 4 hours. Right. So Dad had a go at spreading some urea yesterday. We had rain forecast yesterday and we had about 1.5 mils, and then it cleared up and it looked like the rain was all but done. Now the wind died right off. Dad thought, you beauty, I'll go out, just get a bit of a jump start on today, get a bit out, even if he gets a paddock done. Well, then a big thunderstorm blew through. And yeah, I don't know if you can see that step, but that is completely caked in mud. But it didn't amount to much. We only had about 3 millimeters for the day, but it just came at the wrong time of the day. It was late in the day, and now everything's a mess. So oh, anyway, that's all right. It's just a bit of mud. We'll get moving. Wowee! What do you think, boy? You want to get involved, do you? You can use your nose, start getting some of this off. Now today we are bringing some old iron out of retirement because the main seed and fert trailer sitting there is out of commission. The belt wasn't running true on that anymore, and the belt was just about stuffed, the one that goes underneath that conveyors all the grain and fertilizer out the back. So we ended up stripping that down. We got a new belt sitting there for it and some new bearings to go into it, but it's no good to us today not having it because, well, a lot of the country we're spreading, it's not right by the house, but it's not that far away, but it is far enough away that it's annoying to have to drive back here all the time. So we've got the old red truck going. That's going to come out of bloody retirement today. We'll use that, and then obviously, well, sorry, I just turned that radio down. Yeah, we had a heap of urea left over from last year, so it all ended up going in the fertilizer shed now. The problem with that is you need the loader to take it out of the shed and put it into the spreader, but the problem with that is the loader's on this tractor, and this tractor's the one that pulls the spreader, so we got the old International A554 out to take a bit of urea out of the shed and put it in the spreader today. So we got the old red truck and the old red loader putting them back to work. Now we do obviously have the Louis gong over the road or back in the shed there, but the problem with that is the bucket fits just perfectly inside the spreader. If you saw us when we were spreading, you do just tend to get a little bit dribbling out the bucket either side. And with this stuff, because it is white gold at the moment, we don't want to lose any of it. But we do have in a combination bin over there, the one with the tarp on it, we got about 30 tonne of urea in that as well, but that stuff sitting in the shed there has been sitting in there for a year, so we really need to use that stuff for now. Get that gone. Hey, it might not be perfect, but we're getting the job done, and that's the main thing. Alright, we are out of here, and I am just going to go steady here, just to allow a bit of this mud to work off the tyres. It is flinging everywhere. It will be a little bit tacky this morning until, it's supposed to be a nice day, 15 degrees and sunny, so it'll dry off on top pretty quick, but it's going to be slippery enough to start with, I think, from those showers yesterday. Well, we're spreading that white gold. Excuse the dirty windows. So today is August 1st, and that means it's my birthday. 33 years old today. What else would you rather be doing on your birthday? But I tell you what, the best birthday present this year would just be an inch of rain, I reckon. That'd be absolutely ideal. So for anyone who's interested in our fertilizer rates, what we normally do, we normally put about 100 kilos per hectare of DAP down the tubes at seeding time, and then we come back with 100 kilos of urea. That's only on the barley. The wheat we probably come back with a little bit less urea because it's normally going in on a legume stubble, and you've got a bit of nitrogen in the soil from having those crops in beforehand. But this year we did back off the rates just a little bit at seeding time. We're sort of around that 80-85 kilos of DAP. The biggest problem with DAP obviously is it's not a very high nitrogen based fertilizer, so you've always got to come back. That's where we're always lacking. I've got to turn, hang on. Sorry, there is a big creek running through the paddock that way, and then an even bigger one through the absolute middle of it, so very, very short runs. But like I was saying, we did cut our fertilizer back a little bit just because of the cost of inputs this year, and we're just sort of shooting for average, I guess. That's the main thing. We don't want to just go throwing out excessive amounts of it, especially when it's not even raining this year. But yeah, for anyone who's interested, that's our fertilizer rates. Someone did comment to me a while ago about spraying out liquid fertilizer and it being cheaper and all this sort of thing, but the biggest problem with that is no, it's not really that much. I don't think it's cheaper at all from what I've heard. And secondly, you can't apply the amount that we want to put down in one go. You know, you're limited with the amount you can spray directly onto the leaves of a plant, you know, otherwise you're just going to fry the plant. As you can see, I'm trying to turn again. This barley here is just looking really, really nice at the moment. If we can get some rain on it this month and then another one at the end of September, it'll make a good crop. Right, that is the first paddock done and dusted. Well, I guess we're probably about 60 hectares down or something like that now. Right, another refill done. Let's get back on the road. We got some ground to cover. Alrighty guys, we are spreading. I'm going to get this load out. This paddock, it's about 40 hectares. We've done almost 12, flying through it, cruising along around 20 k's an hour. After that, I think me and Dad are going to switch out. I'm going to go have some lunch, and then we will probably swap back after that. Right, let's go get some lunch. I am hungry, I haven't eaten yet today, and it is now nearly 1 o'clock. So it's time, it's time. What's going on, boy? What are you doing? Rightio, lunch is in. Time to get back to the grind. For those of you wondering why, you know, do we have a bit like a tipper we could put behind the truck? And it's like, yeah, we do have one there, but it's pretty old and crappy. We don't cart any of our own grain really, and like the sides are removed from it at the moment for carting dirt, and it's just a bit dirty. So that's why we're resurrecting the old girl out there, giving her some work, earning her keep. A birthday bull, that's what we'll call it. Birthday bull. Oh wow. Thought I could hear a strange noise when I started it back up. Oh yeah, just what you need. If you'll remember a few videos ago when I was working on this spreader, that front pulley there where that noise was coming from had no grub screws in it, and it had worked its way back. Well, now I put new grub screws in it. Well, it's worked its way forward, and now the pulley is rubbing on the chassis. I don't really know. I'm just gonna have to go get some tools and try and sort this out now. You know, when you just need things to go to plan. They don't. Alright, back the other way we go. Well, as you can see, my grub screw is still in there. That is rubbing hard up against the chassis there. I don't know why it's wandered around on there. I'm going to loosen that, knock it back, tighten up the grub screw again, see if we can get going. Rightio, quick wrap up is one of the grub screws was slightly loose, but a loose grub screw is better than no grub screw, isn't it? There was no grub screws in there before I came to it. I've moved it, I've tightened it. I'm going to leave the cover off because we just got to get spreading at the moment. I'm going to put a bit of probably blue Loctite on that grub screw, stop it coming loose like it did. Hopefully that'll keep it in place again. But anyway, let's get back to it. Well, I just had a bit of a drone fail. I was flying the drone, trying to get some nice footage of me spreading, and then all of a sudden it says on the screen, RC not connected to device, and the drone's just sitting out there in the sky. My screen's gone blank, it's frozen, there's nothing, and I'm going, oh, I'm just going to have to wait till it runs out of battery and it falls to the ground. But luckily it still was responsive, so I basically went over and just flew it down to a clear spot and landed it. But then it came up saying it needed some sort of a software update. I tell you what, drones need never-ending software updates, but it's had an error downloading it now, so I don't know if I'm going to get this thing going again. Well, I managed to get the drone updated and up in the air again, but that's going to have to be the worst drone footage ever. It's just glary, bouncing around in here, driving 20 k's an hour to having a turn. It just... anyway, we tried. Applicating. Still applicating. New paddock though now. New paddock. Down to the last two now. And I tell you what, there is some good news. We are expected to get some light rain tomorrow according to most weather agencies, so that'll be excellent. Exactly what we need on this urea after we've spread it. You normally we'd like to get at least 5 millimeters on it just to wash it in, but look, if we could get even 3 or 4, the way things are going, we'd take that. Okay? We'd take that. I think that's about as full as you'll get it.
Yeah, could.
Better not push our luck.
You wouldn't want to be travelling in there.
Nah. Lucky we're only going straight out there, so not very far to go. The end of a beautiful day. Have a look at that. That's just a lovely evening glow out there, isn't it? What was that? Happy birthday. You're singing to me, are you? You didn't even know I was here. Thank you, baby.
Hanging for you to get home.
Yeah, sorry. You know, your Jeepar took over for the last 40 hectares so I could come back.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, so I just didn't really pick the camera up again too much because it got dark. The lights on the loader are absolutely terrible. I think you guys got the drift. We were spreading urea, and we're still spreading urea at the moment, but luckily Dad's gone and he's taken over for a while, so I've come up for a bit of a birthday dinner and hang out with the fam before this little one goes off to bed. But thank you very much guys for watching.
Say, Pia.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
You say, please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Yes guys, yeah, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe if you like the videos. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Kiss.